Good morning, friends. Today is truly a related day for us at AABN. It marks a magnificent milestone in the annals of AABN Sunday webinar outreach programs since we have hit the magic number of 125. And to mark this memorable day, we have one of the most inspiring self-made icons from the academic world who incidentally passed out of the hallowed portals of Annamalai University. Dear friends, please join me in welcoming the one and only Dr. R. Velraj, a mentor, a role model, and a thought leader for many. Dr. Velraj, as he is respectfully referred to in the academic and industry circle, is the Vice Chancellor of Anna University. He was a professor and director of the Institute of Energy Studies, Anna University, and also the director of FRC Institute of CAD-CAM, Anna University. He has over 250 research papers to his credit and citations in excess of 10,000. He has executed several research projects, guided 37 PhD scholars, and has 2 patents to his name and 6 MOUs to his credit. To cut the long story of his success trial short, Dr. Velraj's journey began amidst humble trappings in Nagarkoil. Hailing from a family that was steeped in academics and dabbled in business, he was quick to gauge academicians' behavior and relate conventional academic wisdoms with guts and glory. Dr. Velraj has a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from Annamalai University, master's in energy engineering and PhD from Anna University. He has traveled extensively across the globe as part of academic and research activities. He brings with him a rich experience of 33 years of teaching experience and specialized in thermal energy storage, solar energy, desalination, energy efficient building, energy auditing, and management, among many other areas. He was also a member of Board of Studies and member Academic Council in Anna University and various institutions. Was recognized as the top 2% scientist in the field of energy, according to the list released by Stanford University. Recipient of the Best Poster Award by the Defense Institute of Advanced Technology. All these achievements and the laurels bestowed upon him over the past 3.5 diligent decades sits rather lightly on the self-effacing shoulders. As he set out on a path sprinkled with obstacles, the only thing that kept him going was the indomitable spirit to make it. He was quick to understand that if opportunities don't happen, you must create them. He formulated 3 courses for the PhD program in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, introduced 9 courses for Masters of Engineering, and was involved in the formation of 2 academic programs for Masters of Engineering in Anna University. To people like Dr. Velraj, success is a continuing journey, not a destination. There is so much to Dr. Velraj's achievement and journey. I'm not too sure if it can all be summarized in the limited time in the session. So without delay, I would like to open the floor to the one and only Dr. Velraj, whose hard-hitting experiences are bound to inspire and guide you. His is the story of a dream that turned into reality only because of the passion and the grit to take the plunge. It's the story of the trump of hope and hard work, ideas and innovation. Once again, a very warm welcome to you, Dr. Velraj. We are truly privileged to have you deliver the special address today. Thank you. And before I hand over the floor to Dr. Velraj, I would like Dr. T.R. Jagadisan to say a few words.
Dr. Velraj and friends, I'll be very brief. This is just to felicitate and congratulate our dear Gopi, who has been doing this wonderful manner of interacting with the entrepreneurs for the past nearly three years. And this is a 125 meeting. And this is a good job he's doing, and many of the students are benefited by these kind of programs. Today is a glorious day, 125 program. I think it will reach to stiff higher level, and I'm very happy that I am trying to just introduce nicely by both Dr. Velraj, who is a doyen in the area of energy storage, not only in India, but also in Europe and Russia and other Asian countries. I have great pleasure in congratulating Gopi and also thanking Dr. Velraj to participate in this present function. Have a good day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. The floor is yours, sir. Now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your very lengthy introduction. First, I should thank Professor T.R. Jagadisan, who is also there with us, and Mr. Gopi, who initiated this lecture series. Definitely, it is useful for our anomaly alumni. And I should thank for the opportunity given to me to deliver the 125th lecture series. So I would like to share some of my viewpoints, how this world is getting disorderliness and what we need to do to make it orderliness. With my perspectives in the energy and other fields, I would like to give some few points to the audience. I would like to, as a mechanical engineer, I would like to start with what is entropy. So with the basic understanding of entropy, one can understand about the disorderliness, why it is happening, what need to be done. The concept of entropy could be explained with any natural or man-made system or events. So anything, any work we do, we need to consider a system, and anything outside the system, outside that boundary of the system is called surrounding. When we make, if our attention is focused on the system, we may think that we are perfecting the system. But our ignorance about the total system makes the surrounding disorder. Even a Nobel laureate also, whatever he invents, his knowledge is limited within this boundary on a system. He doesn't know what disorder he is making to the surrounding. Whoever, whatever be the invention in this world. So we know about the entropy, law of entropy. So the orderliness you make within the system and what disorderliness you make it in the surrounding. If you see the magnitude of these two, always the magnitude of the disorderliness is very high. That is why the world is marching toward disorderliness. So the magnitude orderliness, what you make, and the disorderliness, because of the orderliness you get in the system, the disorderliness magnitude will be always high. Okay, that too, when the disorderliness, level of disorderliness will be very high if you see, when the action is very fast. When the action is very fast, if we mix something with the different potential difference, the disorderliness will be very high. So whatever we do, whether it is a fast action or a slow and sustainable action, we need to understand. So whatever we do, finally, all the disorderliness is absorbed by the environment. Environment can absorb all the sin. The environment in thermodynamics, mechanical, chemical people may be knowing, when we study Carnot cycle, source and sink. The sink is nothing but the atmosphere and great ocean. Whatever we do in this world, finally, the sin is dumped into the sink, which is the atmosphere. So which is measured by carbon dioxide level in the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide level, before I go to the main topic, I would like to tell what is the carbon dioxide level in the atmosphere. At the time of evolution of the earth, it was only 65 parts per million. After several millions of years, before the industrialization started, that is around 1750, some 275 years ago, that level has become 65 ppm to 165 ppm only, parts per million. The level of carbon dioxide indicates the level of disorderliness in the earth. So, yeah. Please mute all. I request all of them to mute your system. Okay. So the disorderliness level is measured by carbon dioxide level in the atmosphere. But the fast action happened in this year. was in the last 275 years, 1750, I can say 1750 to now it is nearing 2025. So 175 years, 275 years, a fast action in this world happened. The level of disorderliness also, it's going at a faster rate. That too in the last, you know that in the year 2000, that 165 ppm carbon dioxide level in the atmosphere became 365 in 2000. That means within 250 years, 165 became 265. That to increase the level from 65 to 165, it took millions of years. But 165 to 365, it took only 250 years. Now, in the last 23 years, if you see, the major population in this world, China and India, also join hands with the developed nation, and everywhere the actions are very fast because the economy is growing very fast. The major population in the world is in China and India, where the economical growth is also very high. That leads to fast disorder in the atmosphere. So in the last 20 years, the 365 became 415. So if the level of carbon dioxide touches 600, nobody can live in this planet. No one can live in this planet. So we can evaluate how many years we can live peacefully. So the world environmental scientists understood this, and all actions, all governments are. Sir, please mute. Yeah, all actions to be slow and steady and become sustainable. Otherwise, the world will become disorder shortly. In another 20 to 30 years, the total chaos will happen. So now we understood the disorderliness, why it is happening with respect to entropy increase. Any fast reaction, any fast action will lead to higher increase in entropy. Large increase in entropy means faster disorder. So we need to understand what is fast action. What is fast action? Yeah, now I would like to tell what all the sectors. In all sectors, this fast action is happening. In agricultural sectors, if you see, the requirement, the food scarcity is there, large population, the economy is growing, so comfort life is coming. Because of that, the agricultural food products requirement is very high. So what we are doing, all chemical fertilizer we are using, the soil fertility has gone. So we do not know, because of this agricultural revolution, what kind of problem we may get for the human health. It's questionable. So the health sector also, it is very fast because of large changes in the industrial and the agricultural sector. We get lot of diseases. To counter the diseases very fast, we are making medicines. That medicines also trying to cure the diseases at a faster rate. At faster rate means always it will be associated with the disorder. So one part of our body may get orderliness because of our medicinal effect at the cost of making disorder in the other part of the body. So our traditional medicines may be good, but the fast curing medicines definitely will create disorder to the other parts of the body. So that is, we understood that during this corona pandemic time only, what is the power of our traditional medicines, which were evolved over thousands of years. That power we forgot, and we depend on allopathy medicines, and that fast medicines, what kind of chaos it is making to our human health, we understood. Education. In education side also, till we are all engineers. We know till 1984, that education was very slow, but it is very slow. But what we thought, the education should be revolutionized, and engineering education started in a very big way. And 1984, from 1947 to 1984, we had some 8 to 10 engineering colleges. Suddenly from 84 to now, every year till 2015, I can say every year there was an addition of 10 engineering colleges. For 30 to 40 years, there were only 10 engineering colleges. But from 1984, every year there was an addition of 10 engineering colleges. Not only 10, in 2001, 1 year, 71 engineering college addition took place. What happened? The engineering education also became chaos. Everything, any sector, if there is a fast growth, we do not know what we are doing. When we try to perfect the system, we do not know what kind of disaster we are making in education system. Because of fast growth in engineering education, what happened? Lot of people, lot of students who are not capable of doing engineering are forced to do engineering. And the engineering college administrators, they brought the students somehow to the engineering colleges. They do not know how to study because the foundation in the school education is not there. They are not capable of studying. The innocent students and the innocent parents, they lost their wealth because of all the money, whatever they have earned, they have given to the college owners. They have lost their wealth, they lost confidence, everything. Total chaos in engineering education because of fast growth. I can say in the building sector, suddenly the education, the IT field has grown in a large way. If there is a demand, there is a sudden growth is coming, not in a sustainable way. The building sector also, I can say something different because it's my field of research. I can point out something, how the disorder happens because of research. We may think that research is good for everything, but research also make some disorder in the system. For example, our conventional buildings are very good. Our ancient traditional architecture, it's all very good. If you see our temple architecture, our Indian, particularly Tamil Nadu temple architecture is very good. And if you see the Karaikudi houses, all are built. Our engineering college building in College of Engineering, India, and our Annamalai University main building, how it is constructed, we don't require any air conditioner to sit in that buildings. But of late now we are constructing building with the advancement in research by civil engineers. Civil engineers, what we do, we always study strength of material. But unfortunately, our civil engineers are not taught heat transfer or thermal engineering. What happens? The engineering research, marvelous, made the civil engineers to construct the building with a very low investment. The wall thickness, this much thickness became very small. Maybe the investment cost would have been reduced, but at the cost of large electricity consumption. What happened? The wall became very thick. The thick wall became very thin wall. The solar energy starts entering the house immediately after the sunrise, and 11 o'clock, nobody can sit in this building. And the civil engineers gave opportunity to the mechanical engineers, particularly air conditioning engineers. But recently they understood the investment cost is also tolerable, but the maintenance cost is very high. You know, the high-rise buildings located in the old Mahabalipuram road is consuming large quantity of electricity. Maybe 1/10 of the electricity generated in the state is consumed by this old Mahabalipuram road from Kailash temple to this Kelambakam. 1/10 of the electricity generated in the state is being consumed in this one road over a stretch of some 25 kilometers. One building, there was Tidal Park, which was the large building constructed in the year 1996. Now they are paying 32 crores as electricity bill per annum. So how many buildings, such buildings are there? So what is the kind of electricity consumption? Because of large research happened in the civil engineering, they made the building wall thin, all are glass covered buildings. Energy is entering very fast. Okay, that not only that, Then what happened? Now these building owners are suffering with the large, what is that, operational expenditure. Now they are trying to find the energy consultant or sustainable building architecture, different kind of energy efficient buildings. So we also got opportunity as an energy engineer. Like that industrial sector, when this electricity was invented, all the people would have been very happy. When this automobile vehicle invented, the mobility became very easy. All the people would have been happy. These two sectors only made the total earth, brought this earth to a dangerous scenario. The electricity generation, maybe the electricity invention, lot of life comfort we got. And because of mobility, we got good comfort to travel from one place to another place. But these two sectors only made the total chaos in this atmosphere. Like that IT and communication sector, I can say recently in the last 30 years, there was a revolution in the IT and communication sector. So all these years when we were young, most of we are listening here, maybe in the age group of 50 and above, maybe 40 and above. But when we were young, we played outside our houses in the street. But now no kids are playing outside the houses. They are all sitting with the mobile phone. We do not know what kind of mental stress these kids are going to get in the near future. So any development, if you see, there are a lot of disorder. Fast growing knowledge economy. So now the present fast growing knowledge economy. So there is a possibility for India to grow in a faster rate, because earlier days our country had no power to invest for industrial development. But now investment is not required. Knowledge is sufficient. Our intelligent students from IIT, Anna University and other leading universities, they can make changes in the industrial revolution, in the sense IT revolution, only with the knowledge. People who are knowledgeable can make surplus money within short period of 1 to 2 years. But what happens? Richness will be there with the only small sector of people. There are lots of group of people, they are not able to earn. Now the rich and poor, the difference is becoming very fast because of the knowledge economy. Very good students who are coming from very good institutions, they are able to make money very easily. But the low income group people, income is becoming less and less. So this is one scenario. If everything is going in this rate, now only we have realized, very recently, we have realized, at least after 2000 only, the world realized the way our planet is, our atmosphere is damaged, our industrial growth. Based on that, there is a graph, number of planet Earth needed to meet human demands. So in 2003 itself, when the chart is drawn, in 2003 itself, our planet is not sufficient to give human comfort to all the citizens living in this world, all the people living in this world. So it is almost 1.3 times the present Earth capacity. So if the business is growing in the same way as like 2003, by 2060, 1.8 times the present Earth capacity we need. But okay, now the world, we understood what is sustainable, what is sustainability, why the disorderliness is happening, the need for orderliness we understood, and a slow shift in economic and social practice if we follow how we can achieve the sustainability. And if we all understand the environment sustainability, which is the ultimate requirement, then there is a rapid transition towards sustainability. By 2050 itself, we can achieve the sustainability. It's a very good indicator showing how we are marching. So though the efforts are taken from 2003, the change will happen from 2025 only. So now it is the time to change the disorderliness to orderliness. But still, if all the countries are not taking any prospective effort, the curve will be towards the disorder only. But at least 50% of the countries, they started taking effort. So it will be in between these two curves, and a large population of our world, it is there now it is there in India. So it is our responsibility to take corrective measure. The corrective measure, because all the developed nations, they made mistakes during the last 200 years. Now they made this environment disorder. But the large population of this world, India, now only we are taking, in the recent years only, we are marching towards a developed nation. So now we can learn the mistakes done by the developed world, and we can march in the right direction. And also it is our responsibility to teach the world which is the right path, because they have made large disorder. It is not possible by them to make corrective step at the early years, because their life comfort is in a totally different way. The per capita energy consumption by an American or a European, it's very high compared to an Indian. They cannot insist the citizen of their country to reduce their energy consumption immediately. But in India, we can make some sustainable measure. We can achieve comfort without increasing in energy consumption, per capita energy consumption. So then we will become the role model for the whole world, how it should be. It is definitely possible. Our Indian traditions we need to understand, and our potential we need to understand. Then we can teach the whole world how we should march forward in the near future. So human well-being is supported by 3 pillars: economic conditions and processes, which includes employment, income and wealth, magnitude and distribution. Everybody should get everything. Markets, trade, these are all economic conditions. Socio-political conditions and the process, law and order, national and homeland security. Security is very important. Governance, liberty, justice, equity, education, healthcare, science, culture, and the arts. Everything should be protected. Everything can make sustainable growth. Okay, I will tell how the socio-political and the processes will make a sustainable growth in the coming, that is another 5 minutes after this I will tell. Environmental conditions and processes. So air, the basic requirement for human comfort is air, water, soil, mineral resources, nutrient cycles, climatic processes. So everything to be protected, for which everything should be slow and steady, which makes a sustainable growth. The disorderliness to orderliness is possible only through sustainable measures, sustainable action. And the development and sustainability. We need to understand what is development. Development should mean improving human well-being in all 3 dimensions: economic, socio-political, and environmental. Sustainable development should mean achieving this development by means of that consistent effort without making the surrounding also disorder, and improvement is possible indefinitely. That sustainable growth should be there. Fast growth, then there will be always any fast growth. Finally, it will make some disorder. Finally, it will make disorder. Wherever, even the share market or any industrial growth, academic, educational growth, we have seen a lot of examples. Everywhere, any fast growth means this growth will not be sustainable. Then there will be a large disorder. Then the corrective measures are taken. This is how the world moved in the last 250 years. But we need to understand what is sustainable growth, and for which what action to be taken. Okay, now I told you this, the developed nations made this world disorder in a big way. But our country's contribution towards the disorder is also there. But the fast growth to our country is going to happen in this near future. So we can learn the mistakes done by the developed nation and what is our strength and what all the things to be avoided, so we can move forward in the right direction, for which I have made a SWOT analysis for our country. Our country, what we need to do in the near future. And as a citizen of India, everybody's responsibility is what, if you are as an administrator, as an engineer, as a common man, what are the responsibility we need to know. Lot of awareness also to be created. So for which I am telling here, I have listed. So usually nowadays I am insisting all the HODs, all the directors of our Anna University to make SWOT analysis for their department. Now I have made the SWOT analysis for our country. So SWOT analysis, if you do, we know our strength, weakness, and also we know the opportunity to improve when there are challenges. So now I am telling about what is the strength of this country. Our strength is our traditions, our heritage, our cultural values. It is the oldest country. It is the oldest country. That too, our language, Tamil, people are saying it is the Mudal Moli. There are so many languages, but in practice, the language available, our Tamil is the oldest language. So that means a lot of things would have been evolved in our language. Our Tamil heritage is very, very old. So here I also want to tell sustainability. So in some of the one lecture in Mudal Moli, I told this. So in the last 200 years, we have learned how to utilize the resources available in the earth, that is burning the fuel, which were stored over millions of years, and how to convert that into our human comfort. But of late, very recently, we understood when these fuels are burned at a faster rate. One thing here I want to tell, as per our mechanical engineers' capability, and the electrical engineers' capability, we cannot convert more than 35% of the energy available in this fuel to useful energy. The remaining energy to be dumped into the atmosphere. Sir, please mute. So the remaining 65% to be dumped into the atmosphere. That means what? Whenever we extract energy from the earth, we are damaging the atmosphere. Okay, so very recently we understood the sun's energy is the powerful resource for all our energy requirement. That is how the world is moving. Why I am telling like that, the sun is available. We all know that everything available in this earth is because of sun only. Now only we have understood the sustainable way of using the resources, utilizing the sun directly. Like that, lot of things, our language, Tamil language, which is the oldest language, which would have been evolved over thousands of years. When we see the literature, Ilakkiyam, the Tirukkural, what we can see, lot of things that time itself, people are much knowledgeable than us. So the knowledge potential available in our ancient traditional things is definitely much more than what we have now. So if we understand that everything knowledge potential is available with our old traditions and our ancient people those who lived in this country, we will respect them, and also we will be proud of being an Indian, being a Tamilian, right? Then so that is what we need to understand first. This is a oldest country. Everything must be available in this country. So we need to respect the traditions and the heritage and cultural values. Automatically, our confidence level will increase. And we need to have strong leadership. Now, we have very good leaders in the central and state. Obviously, this is the time we can make changes in the country and we can project ourselves to the world. Youth power. Youth power is also, this is one of the strengths we have now, because all these years, the population was the burden for us. But now, fortunately, the population become useful for the development. Our youth power is required for the whole world. So this is the time we need to encash that youth power, and we can develop ourselves and stand in the global scenario. And the resources. This is a country with unlimited resources. Unlimited resources. Unfortunately, we haven't understood the usefulness of these resources. Now, if we understand, it's a vast land, lot of resources. Even sun is a hot country. The sun itself is a best resources. From the sun only, all these resources accumulated in this world. So we need to understand what all the resources. Okay, at the same time, when we understand about this strength, we also need to understand the weakness. Weakness here. Wealth gap is there. 1 or 2% of the population is very rich, but major population is very poor. So the wealth gap is very much there in this country, which is not there in the developed nation. Most of the people have some affordable capability, but here majority of the population is still in the below average level. So wealth gap is very high. Corruption, this wealth gap is because of corruption and political interference in many of the activities. And social entropy in policy making. There are so many policies. Policy alone, if it is not done properly, it will create a lot of disorder in the country. So social entropy, you can say lot of policies which makes a large chaos, because with the hidden agenda, the politicians make some policies that will obviously, we think they are making money, something are growing. Nothing. Without hidden agenda, if something is done, that policy will be sustainable. Otherwise, definitely, we do not know what kind of disorder it is going to make after 5 years. Most of the policies are made with some hidden agenda, which makes a large disorder in the society. Internal conflict, lot of internal religious, community-wise conflicts are there in this country. So these are the weakness, though we have large strength as of now. And the challenges are social uplift, societal upliftment, sustainability is still missing, because still the sustainability is not taught to all the citizens. What is sustainability? What is disorderliness? How to move forward to make it orderliness? It is not taught properly to all the citizens, engineers, administrators. Then only the sustainable measures are possible. Economy also, we are not that level compared to this. Our GDP is not as like our Europeans or Americans or Australians and other Canada and Scandinavian countries. Still we are behind. In Asia itself, there are many countries like Singapore, Malaysia, China, they are leading above us. But we have a lot of strength compared to the other countries. So now the opportunity is, we need to work on education, research, innovation, and entrepreneurial development, technology for society, technology for economy, technology for revolution. So these areas we need to put our effort to use the opportunity available at present, and also available the strength available, hiding our weakness, or how to convert the weakness also into opportunity when this challenge, amongst these challenges. So tools to play our role, team effort in international policies. We need to diplomatically handle with the developed nations and with our team effort. If there is an internal conflict within the country, definitely we cannot grow. So team effort is required team effort is missing in a large way. Even in the institutional level, team effort is missing. And country level, state level, team effort is missing. If team effort is brought, definitely the growth will be very fast. Spirituality and ethics, that ethics we need to teach in everything, and courage in action. So these are the tools to play our role, to use our strength and overcome the weakness and challenges and convert into opportunity. So these are some of the points. Realization of our strength and enhancing tools. Our best person who understood our youth power is Swami Vivekananda. So all politicians, administrators, engineers, everyone should understand our youth potential. And if all our youths are channelized, then this country's growth will be very high. And as I told already, the heritage, traditions, everything we need to know, and we need to create. Somebody is really a good leader means we need to use that leadership in a better way. Lot of people put together, join, and should not act counter to that good leaders. We need transformative leaders. We don't need autocratic leader. We need transformative leadership. So wherever we have transformative leadership, all the people should join with that leadership and make it successful. So scientific research to demonstrate the power of Indian tradition to this world. So even the present Prime Minister, he brought our tradition of yoga to this world. The power of yoga is the whole world understood what is there in the yoga. So the whole world will start respecting our country because of that power we gave to this world. Like that, lot of things in our traditions, if it is, we cannot get respect from the world by technology, but we can get respect from the world by showing our heritage traditions only. Then they will start respecting, then we can develop in the economical and technology wise also we can develop. We cannot show our technology because they are much forward, much ahead of us in technological growth, but still what is our strength? That strength to be projected to the world, to get respect, and with that respect, we should propel ourselves in technology and other areas. And overcoming solution for our prevailing weakness. So even in our country, we think that community-wise reservations policies, we think it is inclusivity is required for this, because sustainable growth is growing with the inclusiveness. But in the inclusiveness concept, only the political people are encashing that concept of reservation policies, but real public is not enjoying these reservation policies. Right? The reservation policy to be modified in a way that our public, our final citizens should benefit. Because by bringing some norms, the politicians, they tell that they have brought the norms. All the students who are competency-based education is required, but because what we are seeing, all the reserved category people are brought to engineers who are the most sufferer because of these people doing engineering. Those people, through the inclusiveness, through the reservation policies, we give the opportunity, and they don't know how to study in engineering college. They lose their confidence. They are not, even they don't study engineering, their lifestyle would have been better. So competency-based education we need to bring in this country. So for which, rather than knowledge, skill-based education is more important. So we need to for which we need to avoid the political interferences and internal conflict. We need to avoid corruption to be avoided in a large way. So in the education side, what we understood now, rather than knowledge, because most of the industries now they need skilled personnel, But unfortunately, our university education system, we impart knowledge than the skill. So we need to revise our curriculum in a big way, wherever the curriculum should be highly flexible so that the capable students should enhance their knowledge. The capability may be different with the different students. So the other students should be in a position to enhance their skill. So knowledge and skill are required in different proportion for different job requirement. But unfortunately, we are not inculcating skill in our education system. That is the major drawback in our education. So if it is changed in a proper way, definitely the growth rate will be high. Everybody will be benefited. All the inclusive growth is possible through skill-based education. So our country, we have a lot of great people. So all these people's guidance we need to take, and we should grow in a better way. And challenges in societal upliftment and economic development. So even now, so one more thing, women empowerment side, I want to tell, if you see the developed nation, I'm telling the developed nation, the women empowerment is there. But still, though the power is given, women has some disadvantage because of the lifestyle and the family scenarios. They have some disadvantages. So if you see because of though women empowerment is there, in the administrative position in the developed nation, if you see, the women are there not there in equal percentage to men, even in the developed nation. So, but in India, the women, the percentage of women occupying the higher position is higher, I can say, compared to developed nation, because this is the first generation women development. First generation women development. These women are all the women presently working in good sectors, in whatever software sector. Their child and their family is taken care by their parents. This is only in India as of now, but in after 3 years, what will happen, we do not know. Then there will be a problem even for the women living in this country. So under such scenario, how to give equality to women? So those things also we need to think how to develop women also in a equal way, how men are growing. And for sustained innovation, the innovation also, if it is fast, we are now making the people to invent a lot of things, but to invent a lot of innovation also, what is that? Disruptive innovation creating a lot of disorder in the society. So the innovation also should be sustainable. Otherwise, the disorder level will be very high. There are a lot of disruptive innovation is coming, disrupting the total sector. One sector is growing at the cost of making disruption in the other sector. So that we should not allow that disruptive innovation also, because all the people cannot sustain in that scenario. So now the fast growing automation also, so the world will become, we may think that it is marching towards order, but at the cost of making disorder to the large population. So what is sustainable growth? Slow and steady growth. So for this, what I can say, how the sustainable growth is possible, when we make the system, within the system, we should bring the surrounding environment also into the system, and then how we can make the system perfect. If we are not including the surrounding, which is the environment, into the system, and if we make the system perfect, always it is possible at the cost of making the surrounding disorder. So then this climate change will happen, definitely will happen. So to safeguard this environment and also to escape from this large climate change, we need to make sustainable action in all our activities. all our activities. And these are these technology roadmaps for society development, economic development, and revolution. And I can say this for any society, for any society to develop this education, health, food, water, energy, environment, and safety is all required. But for economic development, transportation, infrastructure, materials, manufacturing process, information and communication technology, and defense and financial sector should grow. And the revolution is possible by integrating these emerging technologies in both the sectors, society-based technology and economic-based technology. We need to bring this emerging technology, but in a sustainable way, bringing this total environment also into the system. Then this growth will be very good, sustainable growth. And we need to have a vision for the sustainable growth, for which the education side, value-based education, competency-led capacity building. Capacity building should be based on the competency-based, developing skill and knowledge in right proportion based on industrial and society needs. We should not develop skill in one particular field, then there should not be excess growth. So beyond that knowledge and skill, attitude development is very essential. So there is a word called ask, attitude, skill, knowledge. The order of reference should be attitude first, skill next, knowledge. We all thought during our studies, knowledge is very essential, but in the growing scenario, for the sustainable growth, attitude is first requirement, then skill, then only knowledge. So attitudinal change alone makes social harmony and global peace in the coming days. So all engineers, we should understand our limitation towards development to make sustainable growth for the world peace and harmony. So I conclude here, எல்லாரும் எல்லாமும் பெற வேண்டும், இங்கு இல்லாமை இல்லாத நிலை வேண்டும். It is possible only with the sustainable growth. So all engineers who are making fast changes in this world should understand the meaning of disorderliness, how it happens, and how to make orderliness. And the only pathway is sustainable growth, sustainable development. With this, I thank the organizers for the wonderful opportunity to share my thoughts to our Annamalai University engineers who are making a lot of changes to this society and the world in a big way. Thank you once again to all the organizers.
Very good presentation. We enjoyed. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for the opportunity. If there are any questions for deliberations, and also I am ready to for 5 to 10 minutes.
I think I will start the discussion, Dr. Velraj. All the things you said, the one that was striking to me is political interference. Political interference is causing such a lot of damage in many of the activities which you have mentioned. This is due to the lack of knowledge of the people. So I wish that you make this presentation to all the people living in our secretariat and other places, so that they get this knowledge base and see what is the real thing they should do in order to really cause environment, keeping in view of the tradition, history, heritage, so that our progress follows in a really gradual. The other thing I like is we have to start with school education and really make appropriate changes so that when they move about, they have a total view of what we should do, the attitude, knowledge, or skill in the right proportion, so that they really become good citizens. And quality is an important aspect in all these things, as I will be telling all these things. So I would really thank you for throwing up so much of points with regard to disorderliness and entropy. The mechanical engineers knows about entropy, but you said it in such a way that everybody can understand what happens when there is a sudden growth. There is definitely going to have a disorderliness. But to bring it back to orderliness, you have to struggle hard. You have to really work. But is that going to happen? That's the most important thing. And from what you said, it is possible. And if you really do the right thing at the right time. Thank you. So wonderful delivery. My congratulations to you. And my congratulations to Gopi for bringing in such a beautiful talk. Very knowledgeable lecture. Thank you.
Please unmute and ask your questions, please.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Mr. Maslamani, please go on, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, please go on, sir.
Sir.
Go on, Pratap. Pratap, go on.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
is there any question, sir? Should I?
Yes, sir. So my name is Pratap. I'm 2001 Chemical. Sir, I run a sustainable mattress company. It's called Kana Mattress. We make mattresses using kapo cotton. Yelavam panjila vandu mattress pillows adala pannittu irukom. So we are pitching it against what do you call this? The synthetic foam-based mattresses. Being a chemical engineer, having worked in polyurethanes and rubber, I know the advantages and disadvantages, and I'm promoting this as a sustainable solution. Because most of these mattresses are going to end in landfilling or going to end in incinerator, while what I'm offering is a biodegradable one. But the takers are very less for this, though even it is competitively priced. So how do we change people's mindsets when we are talking about sustainability and all that? Is India, does it need more awareness, or how it should be inculcated from the very beginning, sir?
We should create awareness starting from the school education, because once after at the age of 30, beyond that, it is very difficult to change the mindset of people. Very good school in the city, they inculcate very good habits to the school kids. That kind of attitude and the character building should start from the school. So we need to spend our time how to change the school students, then only the sustainable growth is possible. Because so even if we see, when we are sitting in the beach, if we are a student who studied in the good school, if the parent makes some mistake throwing some piece of paper on the beach, the school students will come forward, don't do this, they will teach to the parents. So if they are taught well in the schools, so everything is possible by giving good awareness creation in the school level only, it's possible. So I think even the college, at the college period also too late, I feel. The citizens also should be given lot of awareness, but the benefit will be small. If we start giving good education, that is attitude building and how to make this world sustainable to the school student, at least after 30 years, we can make changes in this country. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Professor Velraj.
Yes, sir.
This is a very tricky topic, but justified with all the research and highly informative this thing. I have got 2 points. One about, you sounded as if the inclusivity by reservation is not working well.
Yes.
But I think that the 95% of the people sitting here, we all came up because of that system.
Yes.
And inclusivity was there to help us. That's number one.
Okay.
Number two, even though whatever we do here, disorderliness in the neighboring countries or other people will always affect the orderliness which we create here. So like, already happening, like we are improving, developing, but our neighboring countries have got so much of problems that is trying to impact us. So what could be the solution so that it should be universal, right? Orderliness must be universal. So what's your opinion on that? Thank you.
Yeah. First, you are right that inclusivity, the reservation policy, I agree that most of the development happened in this world because of in our country, it is because of the reservation policy. Even I also benefited because of the reservation policy. But what happens, the reservation, now the kind of education available, good institutions available, it's more than beyond the capacity, beyond the requirement. The education institutions available in the country is beyond the requirement. You know, this engineering colleges, all the without reservation, also all the students who are in the coming in the open competition, they have no. Olden days, they cannot, if they don't get engineering, means they need to go to the other science colleges. But now everyone is getting opportunity to study engineering. At this point of time, now what happens, the reservation, all the students who are not having competency to do engineering because of the reservation policy and high, that is scholarships given to them, they are all coming to a different kind of engineer education where they are not capable of doing and competing with the other people. So what happens, really a chaos is happening. Chaos is happening. Now we need to, okay, reservation policy. Now I can say, okay, this is a little sensitive, still I want to import that. Now we should not mix very high potential difference people in a place. What happens, that students who are coming with a large potential difference with a socially and community wise, if there is a problem, after joining there, they are mentally stressed to a large extent. This is one example I can say. In IIT Madras, the top ranked institution in this country, this year alone, there are some 6 suicides because of this kind of reservation policy and other things, which is high mixing. You know, the entropy is one very hot temperature and cold temperature. If we mix, the disorder level is very high. That a mechanical engineer can understand. So if we need to bring the development and inclusivity, there should be a separate high class quality kind of institutes. They are very high class, high quality teachers should be brought, and they should give education to this that is so socially backward students. Then the inclusive growth will be there. But if we mix it, there are a lot of problems which I am able to see now. But it's a tricky scenario. We cannot tell this to the open forum also, but inclusive growth is required in a different way. Separately, very good infrastructure to be provided, and high quality teachers to be brought in those institutions, and they should be given high importance for their development. If they are mixed with the common platform, they are suffering like anything. They are throughout their life, they are suffering with the mental stress. That is what I felt. The forum different opinion may be there with the different people, but the kind of promotion required for the inclusive growth is different. The present way is making high disorder, I can say. To your second question, this the neighboring countries is growing very fast. Can you please tell the correct? I couldn't understand your correct question. Can you repeat that?
No, sir. What I meant is the neighboring countries disorderliness is more.
Yes, sir.
Even though we bring in the orderliness,
yes,
it is not going to help unless the neighboring countries, the universally it come. Orderliness should come
universal growth.
That's
Always universal growth is required. Your universal, now we are talking about universal human value. Only if you are able to teach, because this that is why in the front slide I have given the world order, new world order I have mentioned. So what this if you see the history, immediately after any war, somebody who is powerful country, they will come forward as if they are bringing orderliness in this world. But they have some ego. That ego, finally, all the other people who are defeated, immediately they may listen. But after few years, when they become again powerful, they don't listen to people who are the country which is controlling. So again, then fight is coming. So the sustainable growth is respecting others and bringing human values to all the citizens of the world. That is the only way. So for which I think among the various countries, India has this, what is that we call it as, Satyam, Nityam, Puranam. The Satyam means truth. Nityam means sustainability. Then only the Puranam will come. So only with the truth, the sustainability is possible. The human values, imparting human values among the total citizens in this world, we can bring sustainability. If sustainability is there, then the whole entire world, Puranam, everything will be achieved by the whole humanity. That's what I feel. Yes, sir. Any other?
Maslamani sir has raised hand.
Gopi, this is Deepak here. Can I make a question?
Yeah, go on, Deepak.
Yeah. Good morning, sir. This is Deepak from 1987 batch, same as Gopi. So you had said that we have to inculcate these habits in the schools itself.
Yes.
But currently, I see like all schools are becoming international or global, and
Yes.
they have all air-conditioned classrooms, and now even buses are become air-conditioned.
Yes.
To carry them to school. So with these people, how do we think that we can inculcate these things, values in them? Because they were never seen the things without air conditioning.
No, it doesn't mean that air conditioning is comfort. Human comfort is always required. But that human comfort we can derive from the solar. We can use energy in a big way also, wherever necessary. But the energy should come from solar. And so what is sustainable? Their attitude, universal human value. Now everybody is trying to teach. So you are telling that international school is coming in a big way, but the majority of the population is still living in the villages. So these students should be taught what is, even they are not healthy. Even in India, the major death is because of that diarrhea. The diarrhea is because the people are not taught even the cleanliness in the place where they are living. Okay. So one doctor told recently the death in this country is still because of diarrhea, which are in missing cleanliness in the rural places. More than the death than this heart attack, this is the major death, that too at the young age. So we need to bring lot of things. We are living in the city, but we need to see the villages also, the sustainable growth. So the city is already developed is little bit chaotic way, but at least in the rural side, we need to develop in a sustainable.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, shall I say?
Can I?
Yeah, please go on, Mr.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, Professor, VC, sir, you can put off your sharing the presentation so that we can see you, sir, better. Okay, sir. A small points I wanted to make here in this forum. We were talking about the sustainability and other things. As you said, rightly pointed out that the orderliness has to come. So orderliness, for example, in the case of automobile industry, now everybody is having car. In a family, 2-3 cars are there, motorcycles are there. So it contributes a lot of pollutions. So ultimately, everybody is taking the car outside. We have no proper road. We don't have sufficient road capacity to manage all this traffic. So ultimately, we have to build a system, mass transport system. So such kind of environment we have to create. This is a very nice point you have mentioned here in this forum. So I really wanted to suggest that we should focus on creating the mass transport system. What is your say on that, sir? Thank you, sir.
Yeah, mass transport system is definitely a welcome move. but still some people who are highly rich and capable, they want to go in a separate car. And if we increase the infrastructure in a very big way, one point of time now in the New York City, people cannot, even they have car, they cannot move with their car. They park outside the city and they move with their local trains and all, they are going, because the chaos is in a big way. If you want to move from in the New York City, the parking charge is also very high. And even to move from the outer city to inner city, it takes a lot of time. So finally, they end up with the mass transportation system only. So in the same way, wherever the necessity will drive the people to invent something, but in the transportation system also now there are two things which are growing: either electric vehicle or hydrogen-based vehicle, hydrogen-operated vehicle. That is, out of this, which technology will win? We are still we are not sure, because electric vehicle require battery storage, but this energy for both these, energy derived from solar will be the ultimate. So the sustainability, this technology is growing to bring sustainability only. either electric vehicle or this hydrogen vehicle, but the energy should come from solar. Now with the energy storage, with the high energy storage, we can achieve sustainability. That means without using fossil fuel, we can achieve. So the world is now, the technology is also wherever made higher disorder. Now they are thinking what is the possible way of sustainability. Okay, but now the other side we are making disorder. Now this mobile phone, what kind of disorder we are making in the human system, we do not know. Now only the present child, most of the child will become mad after some 10 to 20 years. Then what to do? We think before that we need to some action. So because this electricity technology came in some last 150 years, the disorder we understood. Now we are taking steps to make corrective action. But because of the IT revolution and the communication technology, what kind of disorder, the social disorder it is making right now, we started understanding, but corrective measures are not taken till now.
Thank you, sir.
Can I give my comments?
Yes, sir.
Do you hear me? See, it's an excellent talk. I really enjoyed. And you have given a very good futuristic, very thoughtful, provocative talk. I don't want to add anything more except two interesting things. You have started with the entropy, which is a total physical concept. The scientist who introduced this entropy, he was so fond of this particular concept of entropy. He insisted that his epitaph should inscribe this equation, which is called S K log W, which is called the equation for entropy, because he said we are moving towards greater entropy and all human beings are small islands of small entropy, and that is what he proved. That's one thing. Secondly, தமிழ்ல கேட்கறவங்க நிறைய பேர் தமிழர்கள் நினைக்கிறேன், மூவோட ஒரு அருமையான புத்தகம் இருக்கு, அகல் விளக்குகிற புத்தகம், சாகித்ய அகாடமி பெற்ற புத்தகம். அதுல கடைசி எக்ஸ்பிரஷன் இன்னும் நினைப்பு இருக்கு, நான் ஸ்கூல்ல படிச்சது. டே எதுலையும் வேக வேண்டாண்டா, வேகம் உன்னையும் கெடுக்கும், உன்னை சார்ந்தவர்களையும் கெடுக்கும் அப்படின்னு அந்த அருமையான கதை முடியும். தயவு செய்து அந்த புத்தகத்தை படித்து பாருங்க. அவர் சொன்னதை நீங்க இன்னைக்கு இத்தனை ஆண்டுகளுக்கு அப்புறமும் நம்ம அது மிக முக்கியமான அர்த்தம். நம்ம ஃபாஸ்ட் growth, rapid development எல்லாம் சரிதான், but that is going to increase entropy enormously and we will have the bitter feedback from the increased entropy from the environment. அருமையான சொற்பொழிவு. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, one last question before we.
Yes, sir. I would like to ask questions, sir. Gopi.
Yeah, please, Sanjay. Please, Sanjay.
Yeah, sir. It was a very excellent talk, sir. Especially when you nicely connected between systems, surroundings, speed, and disorder being higher magnitude and then the order. It was very nice. Relationship which you brought in all these factors. Now, you had mentioned about the ASK, that is attitude, skill, knowledge, where attitude is the primary, the basic foundation. So my question is this attitude, which is, I mean, linked with values. So basically, whether it is citizen-centric values or whether it's human-centric values or whether it is universal values. So how do we, I mean, inculcate these value systems in schools as part of curriculum, whether we should have theory and practical components class-wise, or sir, your thoughts on these?
Sir, now our technical education system, AACT understood, and everywhere 2 weeks induction program is brought immediately after the students join in the engineering college. 2 weeks induction program, it is universal human value. That is now being taught to all the students. We also in Anna University, our 4 campuses, that the teachers are trained by AACTE to inculcate the universal human values, and 2 weeks induction program is given to all the students who are joining in engineering college. But in good engineering colleges, it is given in a very good way. But we need to that is inspect whether it is done in all the colleges throughout the country. That is also because now only it is brought, because having understood the universal human value, the engineering, that is higher bodies, they are insisting about how to inculcate these universal human values to all engineers particularly, and all AACT is doing in a big way to train all the teachers in the engineering colleges to impart universal human values in a big way.
Thank you, sir.
That brings us to the end of the session, sir. So we had a very accelerating session today. Thank you very much for taking your time out on a Sunday morning to be with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
And I would also like to thank Dr. G.S. Vishwanath and Mr. Ramdas for bringing Dr. Velraj to this forum. Thank you very much, Sir Ramdas. Thank you very much, Vichu. Thank you very much, Velraj, sir.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, wonderful opportunity to share my thoughts, sir.